الله سبحانه وتعالى، وهي من صفات المؤمنين، ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. ومنع الطعام من صفات المجرمين، ففي الجنة يتساءل المؤمنون عن المجرمين: ما سلككم في سقر؟ قالوا لم نكن من المصلين ولم نكن نطعم المسكين.
Alright, so I'm currently trying to platinum every single type of EA game that there is out there, and if I can't do it before the channel hits 1 million subscribers, then my punishment is I have to platinum Fortnite. Look at the platinum trophy on Battlefield 2042, the highly regarded worst battlefield of the series, the newest battlefield. Seeing as I have platinumed every single other battlefield there is, and the new Battlefield 6 trailer just dropped a few days ago, I thought, hey, why not? What better time than now to platinum this absolute steaming pile of dog crap that is Battlefield 2042. And everyone knows the game is buns. I mean, it's one of the lowest rated games with so many reviews on the PlayStation Store by loyal gamers. But besides the game just being awful, the trophies and the platinum grind is even worse. I don't know about you, but just upon looking at this guide, it screams, hey kid, don't even dare. Just walk away. Walk away slowly. Actually run. Just get out of here. However, I am Daddy It's Illusion, and it must be done. Totaling up 35 trophies, including the Platinum Trophy, taking an estimated 120 hours. At least 42 games also must be played, but that's actually going to be more in the hundreds, and a 5 out of 10 of difficulty, which should definitely be higher, but whatever, this game still sucks. Oh yeah, there's also 13 grind trophies and 13 buggy trophies, with them basically all crossing over. Fun fact, a combo of grind and buggy is the worst combo on a if you aren't aware.
دقيقة.
You have to just keep on grinding after hitting the marker, and yeah, it's just great. So starting off this game today, I did have one trophy from more than 2 years ago named Adapt and Overcome. Just got them by reaching player level 5, meaning we are pretty much starting from scratch. And the first real goal of the game is just go after any easy trophies. The whole stage as part of the trophy guide does not matter all that much, considering you can realistically tackle the game any way you choose.
Okay.
And it's going to suck balls no matter how you approach it. But I did have some assistance off the rip from a bunch of my friends on Discord. And we made a group chat for this game's boosting to give tips to each other and organize playtimes, because Hazard Zone doesn't need to work to win it, but it really does help it. And we call the group chat It's Illusion's Baby Daddy, by the way. So shout out to It's Illusion's Baby Daddy. Anyways, a bunch of dudes named Dusty, Goose, Swerve, and Molar all gave me tips off the start on how to get some easy and even annoying trophies, so we just farmed those out in private lobbies and into the
But things started to go wrong soon after you arrived. Now, I can understand your initial shock coming face to face with Maxis, especially after so long. But you did the right thing. You followed the plan. You brought the summoning key here, and you destroyed that bloody machine once and for all. Thing is, Maxis went and ballsed everything up.
Quantitative investing is an implementation methodology more than a strategy.
You must help me.
So I would consider the two different implementation methodologies: discretionary investing or quantitative investing. And within quantitative investing, there's multiple different strategies that people can actually deploy. One of them being risk parity, one of them being CTA, and another being physical arbitrage. But when we talk about quantitative investing, systematic process.
I feel something happening.
Decision-making or emotion
Something's happening.
So rather than relying on human
Before my eyes, it is as though the universe has collapsed upon itself. Once more, I am alone. But for the ghost of the past, we matters not what form evil takes. We will overcome it.
you know, prop trading firms, and we go, wow, they made millions and millions of dollars back in the 80s and 90s, maybe early 2000s before the 2007 financial crisis. So therefore, all of us want to go and be financial engineering masters or quantitative finance masters, and we're going to be millionaires.
That our
and the beauty of all this is we don't have to work for anybody. So let's run through a scenario why this doesn't work out in practice. And I will note, a little caveat, I am sure there are some anecdotal evidence here. There are one or two people that have done it. But let's go through the math a little bit from a quant perspective. So, you know, let's hypothetically say you have $1 million. I just gift you $1 million. You have $1 million. Okay.
No dimension will dare take your soul when I am finished.
6% on that return in the first year. So, let's just do simple math here. $1 million times 10%, you made $100,000. So people are like,
I can feel something happening.
That is amazing. I made $100,000 and I don't work for anybody. Well, that's assuming you pay yourself nothing. That also assumes there are no costs associated with trading. We're just going to pretend transaction costs disappear. We're going to pretend the computer, the internet, the time, the textbooks, the learning, all that stuff just disappears, and we're going to say you made $100,000 and you paid yourself nothing. Now, you can rewind this back and say, okay, Dimitri, let's say I'm really smart, I can get 10% return, which as a note, that's more than the market average here.
We came together as enemies.
6 and 8% with well-diversification.
We have come so very
if you're really
far.
smart, you might be able to knock in a 10% return here. So let's just say you can do 10% and you take $100,000 every year. So you have $1 million somehow, which we're not going to ask questions how you got it, but you have $1 million. You can generate $100,000 a year.
What is the purpose behind this unknown object?
If you could consistently do that, you would make, yes, $100,000 a year. Now, when you looked at the two videos, which I'll link above or below in the description, quants can work for firms making $100,000 to start. Now, the beauty of not working for yourself is you get paid your salary regardless of performance. That's what a base salary is. So you can start at a job, you can do sell side like me in risk management, have low stress, regular hours, work 40 hours a week, have great benefits on top of all this.
I fear the souls of the damned still haunt this place.
You know, 80 to 100,000 to start, and within a few years you're probably making 120, 140, depending where you're at. New York City, you make a bit more. Other places where you make a bit less. But if you're making stress, minimal stress, you're working for someone else who's happy. Now, this also includes the fact that you somehow know how to set up a hedge fund or a prop trading firm. You also know how to go through the proper regulations. You also have free data to you. There's essentially no cost associated with this. So, you know, you can see here, if you made that 10% per year at $100,000, it's more lucrative, less stress, and easier to actually work for someone else than it is to say, okay, the 10% is not guaranteed. I have to perform, and I have to do extremely well. And if I don't do extremely well, I might not get paid. So you might make, I don't know, say 6% for the year, which is about probably market average, 6 to 8. But you're a little bit on the lower side. You make 6% a year. You're only making $60,000. And again, there's that risk associated with your performance here. So you can see it's more advantageous just in this scenario to work for someone.
By
now,
the many
let's pretend
spirits
somehow
that suffered in this place. Things are always found by those that are looking.
I don't know. Your family's super wealthy. You got the $1 million for free, and you're going to compound that money 10%. Right? That's what everybody likes to do. So if we take $1 million and we compound that out at 10 years at 10%, if my math is correct, you'll end up with $2,590,000. Now you got to subtract out your $1 million initial investment, which your family gave you or you borrowed or something else, but that's not really a return. It's just assets you had. You take that out, you end up with $1,593,742.46.
I do not think I recognize this place. Should I?
And you end up with 159.
How to get into quant finance? The CLD on quant finance is that quant finance is using mathematics with large data sets to analyze financial markets and securities. It's a career commonly pursued by mathematicians, statisticians, and those with computer science backgrounds for one main reason. Quants make bang. Starting salary from 200,000.
This is an echo of a realm where many misguided fools lost their way.
But now the question comes, how does little old Joe Schmo supposed to get into this niche field? Well, here's a crash course on the world of quants. Alright, starting off we're going to go over the types of quants so you have a better picture of the quant space. First off, we have quant traders.
Hi, I'm a trader.
And quant traders use algorithms to make split-second trades. They focus on speed and strategy and have a very strong foundation in mathematics. Next up, we have quant researchers.
Hey, I'm a quant researcher.
Quant researchers are the ones that
I
actually
believe this place has long been a link between realms.
Market trends. They typically have PhDs, although this is not required. Next up, quant developers.
Yo, I'm a quant developer.
Now, quant developers are the ones that build the tech behind the training system.
I will not be tainted by your evil!
Strong computer science foundations in
I must
Python,
attempt
C++,
to locate Dr.
and sometimes
Monty.
languages like OCaml,
He at
which is
least
popular
holds
in
some
mainstream.
grasp, some understanding of this
What's up,
twisted
guys?
realm.
I'm a risk quant. Risk quants assess potential financial risk, helping firms avoid losses with precise risk models. And lastly, we have algorithmic quants.
Sup, homies? I'm an algorithmic quant.
These quants create the algorithms used for automated trading, optimizing strategies to beat the market. There's many more, but this is the basic foundations of the types of quants. Regardless of the type of quant role you choose to pursue, you're going to have a strong foundation in mathematics. Why? Because you need to be able to evaluate risk, and more importantly, all quant firms will ask math-related questions in their interviews to deduce your reasoning and problem-solving skills. Mathematics is directly related to whether you land
A single
or not.
piece
In general,
means
you
nothing.
are comfortable with linear
Pieces
algebra,
together
calculus,
mean so much more.
and optimization problems. Luckily, there's great resources
Unlike
online,
ammo,
Khan Academy,
gumballs
and
appear
free
readily
courses
available.
from MIT, Princeton, and Harvard breaking down these multiple topics. One of my favorites is Harvard's Stat 110 course, which is introduction to statistics. Now, apart from learning, it's also important you showcase your skills in math competitions, such as Math Olympiad and even...
ايه قاعد العب واتعلم شلون اصير كوانت. I'm looking for bitches or something.
Access to the exact questions asked by top quant firms such as Research and IC. From there, you can get a better sense of the interview and land a quant role. And along with that, there's also a great Discord community on quantquestions.io, so definitely check that out. Now, as a short break, a crazy example of the interesting work around this space is satellite imagery of world tanks around the world. Now, quant wanted to figure out what
Resources dwindle once more. Ammunition must be secured.
they realized that satellite imagery can measure the shadows of the world. But one thing is older is that less oil will be shorter. And using this data, they're able to predict the price of oil before it's published and create oil based on regions when supplies are low or high. On to our next major topic, coding. Although not all quant fields require coding background, it's getting more and more common to be needing some coding experiences to land these
A
jobs.
welcome change of
As
fortune.
programs and data dictate most of our trades, it's a valuable skill for every single quant. In terms of coding languages, there are a lot of languages to get into, such as the OCaml language used by Jane Street or the Q programming language used by Citadel. However, we'll recommend it's best to focus on the most commonly used languages, as there'll be more resources for you to pull from when learning. Python, C++, and R are definitely the most common languages recommended for processing speed and their use in data manipulation and analysis. Although Python
ضغط
is
مربع.
as R, it's really good in data manipulation and analysis and quickly throwing up a program. You want to learn the programming basics from any course such as Harvard's free CS course, and it's a good idea to specialize in data-centered fields such as data science and machine learning. You can make and implement yourself, such as trading models and profitable trading programs. Another idea is making a Black-Scholes model. I'm going to link a video by Coding Jesus in the description that breaks down the Black-Scholes model project and you can throw onto your resume. Now, onto the stories of one of the most infamous traders, the witnessing several. The new high-frequency trading bots were
I fear our Your success may be fleeting.
That caused the 2010 U.S.
I pray to the spirits that Monty's random selection is pleasing.
$50 million. This was called the Flash Crash.
I do not desire the flavor, only the power it imbues within me.
The values of American companies in a matter of minutes. Now, onto our next major topic.
This creature may be an abomination, but it is my abomination. Wielding the storm in my hand, I will rain death upon the unholy.
Capital asset pricing models.
Once more, we must let the flames consume our enemies.
And common financial models are all essentials you'll need to know.
We will bring thunder, and they will be silenced.
Topics such as regression, time series, panel data
Argument with a trick mine is ill-advised.
And co-integration.
They will always get the last word.
However, don't be
I
scared.
will cleanse this tortured realm with divine flames.
Don't already know this before your first roll. You typically
Today the demons will fall until they can fall no more.
And if you're a total beginner and you're learning,
We will face the onslaught head-on.
Full-time traders. As you know, most traders who think they can beat the market lose, and you probably can't beat the market. Now, the video will go
My vengeance requires ammunition.
in the quant interview, but if you want a full video going over these, drop a like and a comment.
There is little time for reflection.
How important is it?
The gathering
How
storm
much
is
should you
upon
focus
us.
on? Depending on the type of point you
Little
want to focus
doubt
on,
remains.
choose a career that
The final
matches.
battle has begun.
Mathematics degree,
Perhaps now I can take a moment
specialization
to ponder how
Got it overgone.
to proceed.
Data science, statistics and probability is a great one. Actuarial sciences and combinatorics to create a few. Basically, you want to have a strong foundation in mathematics, regardless of the type of quant role you want to get. Now, some people worry about whether the tech university affects it. I've seen people from small schools and large schools get into high frequency trading firms that are top firms like this.
This creature's interior
Whether that be projects and competitions, regardless of how you stand out, you can always get quant roles. Now, onto companies and internships. Citadel, Hudson River Trading, Including Capital, IMC Trading, and there's a lot more. But they all have applications for internships continuously available, along with smaller competitions and programs to help foster talent. Like I was saying before, if you don't go to a target school, these competitions are perfect to make yourself stand out in the application process. Keeping an eye out for these can really help you stand out against the competition. And don't forget, there are many small firms all around the world that can offer a great experience and help you get your foot into the door for quant finance. So don't be blindsided by the big names, and make sure to get experience when you can. Furthermore, don't let prestige blind you. Even a small quant position helps, and quant firms love it when you have any relevant experience. In general, quant finance is an extremely rewarding path to take with huge upsides, although there's a lot of hurdles you can pass through. Give it your best shot and don't give up. You can possibly enter the world of quant finance. Also, don't forget to check out Quant Questions.io, the leading quant interview question platform to help you in your prep. Most of the questions on the site are free. If you enjoy the content, check out Premium to really prep for your next quant interview. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
وانا ابعد عن مقر الاجتماع 10 دقائق، عبال ما اكل واشرب القهوه قول 15 دقيقه، مع المشوار للمطعم راح ياخذ 37 دقيقه، الدنيا زحمه طبعا. شوفوا منظر الغروب يا اخوان من فوق الكوبري، والله مره جميل، يعني على الواقع احلى من التصوير. هل في بلوك يطلع فيه نواف وجهه مفكك نوم؟ لا طبعا، هذه من العادات والتقاليد. الان طالع رايح عندي اجتماع مهم بعد ساعه، الاجتماع هذا من انا اقول لكم راح يطول، يعني يمكن ما راح يخلص الليل. عشان نكسب وقت راح نطلع الحين، راح نروح ناخذ اكل وقهوه ونتوجه للاجتماع. صح اذا ما حبيت لايك واشتراك مش تنتظر ويلا. طبعا يا اخوان انا انسان اعاني كثير بسبب النوم. قبل اسبوع بس.
Imagine having a 24/7 constant analyst assistant that knows the stock market.
Carlson show, I bought a brand new stock. That's right, a brand new position that I've never purchased before. We just added another one to the portfolio. Now, we're looking at the passive income portfolio, and this new stock is actually in the story fund. This secondary portfolio, the story fund, has incredible performance, outperforming both the QQQ and the S&P 500, and it's done so with only 5 companies. Now I've added a 6th to the list. And the stock that I've added, I believe, is another compounding machine. It's a company called Duolingo. You've probably heard of it before. Like many commonly known companies, the investment case for it is very misunderstood. We'll be going over Duolingo, highlighting why I'm buying into the company. We'll be going over why this stock is currently going through a massive sell-off, the controversy behind it, dragging down the share price, and of course we'll be looking at how this company fits into a portfolio of high-quality compounding machines. Now, of course, we have a lot of other news to get to as well. First of all, we have the market taking a bad dip for 2 days in a row. This has caused some investors to believe we're entering back into a bear market, but Tom Lee doesn't believe so. He believes the market is going higher. We'll look at his remarks. Apple just reported 10% revenue growth, the fastest growth it's had in years. Is Apple now a growth company? We'll be looking at their latest report, and a report from the CEO, Tim Cook, that said, AI is ours to grab. And then Amazon. Finally, Amazon reported earnings, and the stock was down 8%. He didn't answer it correctly. In fact, his answer was so bad that it
trying to figure out what I forgot about. So then how can I still handle everything?
Hey guys, what is going on? Be easy. There are these blue tablets in the sky that you basically have to get the Apothicon servant. Actually, very, very easy. There are these blue tablets in the sky that you basically have to get the Apothicon servant. Obviously, you take the Apothicon servant and you need to shoot each and every one of them in the sky. They will be sucked up and absorbed and taken away. Now, I'm going to show you each of the locations. Obviously, the first one is there at Nocturne on Totem. The second one is over here by Mob of the Dead. Again, just go ahead and take it. It's at the very these little summoning portals here. Go ahead, go over and go into the next one over here, which is the Der Eisendrache one tutorial here. Very, very easy. I don't even know why I'm commentating this because it's very straightforward and self-explanatory. But again, that is the one. Just make sure you can see it's just kind of these little summoning tricks, except for one of them, which I'm going to show you at the very end. But they're over and go look up into the sky. You can see it up there. Der Eisendrache one. This one is probably one of the easiest because you just step through the portal, look up into the sky. You can see it up there on the right-hand side. Again, just follow the tutorial here. Very, very easy. I don't even know why I'm commentating this because it's very straightforward and self-explanatory. But again, that is the one. Just make sure they get sucked up. Make sure you hit them, and then go ahead and head on back through. The next one here is a little bit trickier because it is actually all the way through. Actually see it up there in the sky behind where the jump portal is. So just stand next to this jump portal, shoot that one, hit it, and then move on to the next one, which is actually at the very, very spawn of most facing the portal, and not head back to the very, very entrance of the rock. Head to this area, which is the front. Collected each and every one of the 5 tablets, and once you go and make your way to Pack Punch, you'll actually see that the Pack Punch has been given in a kind of like blue outline around the whole thing. This is basically an upgraded Pack Punch, which you can insert the Apothicon.
No ammo is undesirable, especially now.
Additions that you can do to the Pack Punch other than this, but as you can see, the Pack Punch, just like normal, it will come out with one of these amazing camos, and there it is, my friend, the Apothicon servant upgraded. Honestly, we've been waiting for this for so long. It has been nerfed to 14 ammo, which is just a little sad. I mean, I'm not super happy about that. But again, this is it was kind of broken before, and now it is a little bit more balanced. And obviously, you can upgrade the staff and play now. So that is how you do it, guys. Very, very simple tutorial. If you guys have enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, come tune in because we are streaming live all day, every day, and trying to solve this mystery. So make sure you guys come and tune in, and I'll see you all next video.
Time for munitions to run low.
اي شيء بيلاقوه الاطفال صافنين والصحون فاضي. تخيل لو كانت
top shareholders nearly $100 billion. We'll be looking at what he was asked, how he answered it, and how Andy Jassy should have addressed this question. And then finally, we're kicking off the fail of the week early on a Monday with a new fresh day in the life of a Microsoft employee. That's right, one of my favorite companies, one of my largest positions. We have another day in the life of video. We'll be going through why it's the fail of the week. So we have a ton to get to in today's episode, a lot to go over, and we start off, of course, with my newest position. I'm excited to go over it, which is Duolingo. Now, to just give a little bit of brief background on the type of investor I am, if we go back to the very beginning of my portfolio, some of my earliest companies were Microsoft, Costco, and Apple. High-quality companies. And I've always had a preference for really good companies.
I must
and
acquire
over time,
resources.
I've become a lot better at identifying what separates a truly great
I
company
do not gobble gum for taste, but for tactical
I've become better at
advantage.
separating good companies from bad companies. I invest only in really high-quality companies. Now in investing, this is often referred to as compounding. Companies that grow organically for long periods of time. And many investors like to pretend like they only buy high-quality companies. But in my portfolio, I really do. The companies that I own are all incredibly strong companies. We have S&P Global, which is the dominant embedded leader in indices, credit rating, and market data. This company maintains incredibly high margins and is efficiently ran. MasterCard has a royalty on all digital spending globally. It takes a cut of every transaction.
وش ابغى اسوي انا؟ ايه ابوثكم somehow.
وتابع الكرام بالنسبة للأخوة والأخوات ولها شراء سيارة تحت الجهات التمويلية سواء كانت بنوك أو شركات. موقع سيارات يقدم لكم الخدمة الجميلة هذه عن بعد. ما يحتاج تروح بين المعارض والشركات عشان تبحث عن أفضل عرض. فقط تعبي بياناتك.
يا ابن الحلال أنا أبغى هذا.
Also known as
I desire an advantage, but at what cost to my senses?
Squid in the sky that contains the pack-a-punch, and once you're in there, just sort of walk around for roughly 3 minutes or so, and once those 3 minutes have elapsed, you'll get a green gas spawning into the room, and you'll hear a bubble on the Apothecon's belly, letting you know that the gas is then spawned in.
Unusual.
Once this happens, you'll go on to
and diabolical.
And once you're in that area, in that water, and the gas is there, you can start killing stuff. Now, the way this hat works is that it's just a load of kills in sort of very specific ways. You have to have the gas, you have to be in the Apothecon, and so we're going to kill, for example, 3 parasites. You don't need to melee them, you can just shoot the parasites, and you'll hear an audio cue. You need to kill around 10 to 20 mutants in there. As long as the gas is there, you'll hear an audio cue. Around 10 to 20 Furies, once again, and the same will happen, you'll hear an audio cue. Once again, same thing for spiders, 10 to 20, and then also zombies as well, and that's going to be around 50 for zombies. At that point, you've done parasites, keepers, furies, spiders, and zombies. The only other things you need are Margwars and Panzers. Now, obviously we're not going to be killing 50 Panzers.
It will all be
like
over.
that, thankfully, but for Margwars, certainly, you will need to kill multiple.
Used correctly, any flavor favors
Margwars,
victory.
you do not need to use the dragon shield to fire off their heads. You don't have to do that. You can just shoot their heads. You should be fine. And
you know the dangers that come from provoking me, demon.
Margwar you kill, a sound cue on the first Margwar, and
I need more ammo. These are desperate times.
Margwar in that area. So that's the first Margwar and the third Margwar giving you all your cues. At that point, you've then only got the Panzer remaining, and the way I recommend you kill him is via shooting his helmet. This is the method that has worked the best for me. Shoot off his helmet.
This dark realm will not claim me now. You must empower me, mysterious candy. Times are desperate
indeed. If you don't get anything, or if you still don't have the mask at this point, you still don't hear that trigger, that chime saying that you've completed it, then you're going to want to slowly try another Panzer.
I will try to use this to my advantage. It will be very trying.
Until it dies. The reason there's a little bit of unclearness here is that those 2 steps, so that's killing a Panzer
their
via
bones
its
will be
helmet and killing a
fragmented
Panzer via its
across
power core,
space
are actually
itself.
required for another helmet, which is linked in the description down below.
No bullets shall be wasted.
There's a sort of glitch
Each
that
will
happens
find
in
its
game
target.
where sometimes it registers for one helmet, but not for another.
Darkness
so
surrounds
the best
us.
thing for you to do
It
is
must be
to
vanquished.
troubleshoot this yourself. If the hat doesn't come up for you in game, then try
I know
to
more
version
powerful
of Panzer
weaponry
you haven't
lies
tried yet.
within.
So, for example, if you shot one
But
in the
this
head,
rifle
then
will
shoot one in
suffice.
the core. If you shot one in the core, shoot one
This
in the
war
head,
will soon
etc.
end.
Essentially, just try
We
and
have all we need to make sure it is so.
and that you're actually killing it as in
Demon limbs will be scattered across space and time itself. To be a sniper requires patience.
It's amazing. I'll
I
have the stats on
have
screen in just
patience,
a moment.
even now.
One thing I do want to say as well is I'll have some bonus tips for this.
Childish behavior is predictable, demon.
Pretty much all of my guides. If there's something that I missed in my guide, or if there's something that I feel like I can provide some extra information for, I will always put it in the description
With
down
such
below.
firepower at my disposal, success seems potentially achievable.
Bonus updated tips for this guide. But other than that, I'm Mr. Ruffalo.
Honor comes only to those who are truly worthy. I humbly include myself on this list.
It turns out that you don't need to be getting any
fellas. If you've been paid,
it should just be killing
or
3
even
parasites,
if you
around
haven't,
10 to 20 keepers,
it should be
furies, and
abundantly
spiders, 50
clear
zombies,
that
3
things
marbles,
are
and 1
seriously
parasite
out of
in the head or in the core.
business.
Downstep is bugged out to high heaven.
Anyway,
so, thank you so much for watching,
I'm having
guys.
a bit of a heated debate with the old Shadow Man and his Apothecon pals, and it's making it really hard to keep this reality stable. I mean, honestly, look at it. It's practically held together with tape and bits of string.
It'll make your life a little bit easier while you're trying to survive in the Apothecon with the green gas. Remember, if the gas isn't there, you don't want to be killing all your keepers or your furies because the gas has to be there while you get the kills. Otherwise, it will not work. And also, just so you're aware, the gas should come in every 3 minutes. That is the timer at which it rotates. So, thank you for watching, guys. Like I've said, I've also said, leave a like if you've enjoyed, and I will see you in my other guides for other hats and the main quest Easter egg as well very soon. In fact, there's a playlist down below.
I can feel something happening.
السلام عليكم. طيب اليوم راح نسوي عزل حراري لجميع قزازات البان. هذا أكثر شيء أنا بسويه.
Without the aid of the Architect's machine, I believe our journey would have been much shorter.
When it comes to my growth approach, I'm excited to think about it. I just really go with trial and error, and I just pay close attention to my plants and let plants tell me the story and whether or not they need more light or not. Now, of course, that's not really helpful for you guys. You probably want to be able to quantify light a little bit better, so you can take a piece of my advice and incorporate it into your plant journey. Straight up, that will not happen. That will not happen right now, and that probably won't happen in the future either. And later on in the video, you'll probably understand why I'm so reluctant to actually measuring light. Today's video is sponsored by Mother. Mother is a grow light company producing these beautiful, sleek grow lights over here. Now, I've started using them over 1 year ago, so I feel like by now I'm in a position to really talk about them because, well, proof is in the pudding and the proof is really right behind me. All of these plants on this side of the room get very, very minimal light from a window right here, so they're really relying on the grow lights to
I pray to the spirits that Monty's random selection is pleasing.
We're going to talk about these lights in a little bit more detail in the second part of the video.
Our struggle has been
you can apply it using the link in the description, and
I will not tolerate your insolence.
So I'll pop it into the description as well, so you can look up, if it is going to be based on your currency and the amount of the fire to actually hit.
All will succumb to the creature's tenacious tentacles.
I actually want to talk about light. First things first, by no means am I
do not gobble gum for taste, but for tactical advantage.
Plants in nature don't have any purpose, they purely rely on sunlight. And that is totally fine. 90% of my plants rely on the natural light only as well. It's really just easy work.
I feel something happening. Oh, something's happening. If you have power to adjust prices, Dr. Monty, why do you do so infrequently? My chances of survival can change from moment to moment.
So the question will be how
There was a time for subtlety, but that time is over. Good fortune finds Tokyo. Bad news awaits demons. Unlike ammo, combos appear readily available. Assistance, however futile, is always appreciated. Make your peace henceforth, before I make war.
So that way, I think I'm more
letting me live will be your last mistake.
Something about the plants. I feel like the plants and I have somewhat of a connection.
Flavor is unusual and diabolical.
Management platforms, not naming names. They all suck. Rigid, clunky. By the time
The path of the warrior is shaped by many battles.
Graveyards of forgotten logins. Honestly, it was embarrassing. Monday,
perhaps there is still a chance for us to make our own destiny.
You know why? Because people actually like this. It's not a chore.
May your rotting skin melt. May your brittle bones crumble.
Now, of course, you can have a more scientific approach about it and measure light levels, understand.
Every scratch upon me will return 1,000-fold.
Only do that, I personally feel like.
Just as I have so many times before. Rocket launcher is a weapon of brute force. Desperate times indeed. Even in this darkness, every shot will find its mark. You can run, but you cannot hide. Used correctly, any flavor favors victory. You must empower me, mysterious candy. Times are desperate indeed. This weapon will serve our needs. Slaughter, survival, maybe even salvation.
الو معلش كنت بت بدون ما اسولف.
Have I ever fought alongside such brave warriors? You may mimic child's toys, Rhaegar, but you have proven to be so much more.
نفسي كده. ايوه قاعد مع نفسك. فين بقى بالظبط؟ يعني كده كنت مختلف نفسي كده وضحت الامور. كنت قاعد في كافيه تحت البيت. ايه كافيه؟ كده اختلطت الامور. طب كمل بس.
So much of the past has returned.
كده بدأت الامور توضح تاني. وانا بقى في الحمام خلاص ما بلاش تفاصيل. جات لي فكره مش محتاج تشرح لها، فاهم؟ نفسي هفتني على ايس كريم. ايس كريم ايس كريم بالشوكولاته. وهنا بدأت تتبرون الفكره في دماغي. عشان كده صممت الاوتيل مليون بني وبشكل حلزوني بالظبط زي ايس كريم الشوكولاته. انا متشوق جدا بصراحه اعرف تحليل
Provocation is not wise, demon.
ونحل الليل والعيانه واضحه اهي. طيب ايه راي حضرتك في الفكره؟ والله يا باشمهندس حابب ان انا اقول لك تسلم ايدك اللي اخرجت لنا التصميم ده. وخليني اقول لك لاول مره حرفيا
I pray to the spirits that Monty's random selection is pleasing.
اعتقد لو كانت مدينة مهين شغل انت ممكن تبقى احلى. وريني كده. التمييز العنصري وضمان حق تصوير الافرو امريكان. نظرا انها تظاهرات طلبت الجامعات والشوارع ضد احداث حرب انا نظر وتحلل. احنا شايفين ان الحركه والتظاهرات دي كان ليها دور حقيقي في انهاء التمييز العنصري، وكان ليها دور حقيقي في انسحاب امريكا من فيتنام. بس الفرق كتير من الباحثين هيعتبروا ان هذه الاحداث اثرت في اخر مجال ممكن نتخيله، وهو مجال الهندسه المعماريه. مصادر معماريه كتير هتربط هذه الاحداث نمط معماري مميز في شكله. الوحش مهما انت دخلتش بدات تشد منك علاقه التظاهرات والاحداث دي بالمعمار. وما هو الفرق بين المعمار الوحش والحمار الوحش؟ يعني عشان اشرح لك النمط المعماري الجديد في وقت تطوير التراث الوحشي انتشر بكثره خاصه في تصميم المباني الجامعيه باعتباره رد فعل مقصود لتحجيم المظاهرات الطلابيه، وكمان الحد من سيطره المتظاهرين على المباني. اسالني ازاي اقول لك ازاي. التراث المعماري الكلاسيكي
I do not hurry to the box out of greed. It is survival instinct.
كبير اول ما تدخل من
But two are not mutually exclusive.
وصلات الحركه بتكون فيها محفوظ.
A gracious gift or an ungracious task.
العمارة المتوحشة تراث ليس له كتالوج. تراث غير متوقع.
My chances of survival can change from moment to moment.
في جامعة ويسكونسن. ده مبنى الهيومانيتي الإنسانيات. صممه المعماري
Make your peace, Hellspawn,
وتم افتتاحه
before I make war.
الفرقة بقى عزيزي الغريبة إن هذا المبنى هيتعرض وسط الطلاب
Rapid
بمبنى
fire
أداء
vengeance
الإنسانيات.
is
زي ما
mine
طلاب حقوق
for
كده
the
يسموا
last
كلية
breath.
كلية الظلم. كمان المبنى ده هيسمى قاسية صعبة
Their
المتاهة.
bones will be fragmented across space itself.
هتلاقي كتلة المبنى غريبة. بتطلع من مستوى الشارع لساحة في مستوى الدور الأول عشان
The day of reckoning is
تطلع
upon
تحت
us.
المحاضرات في الدور السادس والسابع. الأحمد وقف عرض الصوت. أنا بدأت أتوه منك. فين الأدوار اللي في النص؟ المقاول ضحك عليك. مشكلة عزيزي مفيش أدوار في النص. مفيش أحمد مفيش خنانة. الثاني مش موجود خالص. أنا بقى الثالث والرابع وحيدة وحيدة ثانية.
You will not go unanswered.
تدخل من باب ما بيوديش على الدور الثالث والرابع. ترجع للساحة تمشي من بره عشان تدخل الباب الصح، او تطلع السادس وتنزل من الناحيه الثانيه للرابع. ده يا عزيزي خلى الحركه جوه المبنى شديده الصعوبه زي ما انت شايف كده. اولا في فهمها مجهود ذهني رهيب. ثانيا في تطبيقها عشان المشاوير اللي انت عمال تروحها دي انت محتاج تمشي